Welcome Libra and Libra cross watchers to your your singles and new love interest reading for April 2023. So we're going to get where you are, where you're headed, what you need to know, and then your next love interest for Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Excuse me, and of course that will be time-stamped in the description box below. So, thanks for stopping by my channel. Hope you guys have had a great week. I just wanted to get that in there before we start. So we have the Two of Swords is where you are, which is an interesting energy, Libra. It feels like you're being presented with conflicting information that's making it very hard to make a decision. And it's not the like, Libra has a hard time making decisions, they're so indecisive. Sorry, catching a bit of an attitude about that, I guess. It's not that. It genuinely feels like, it's almost like you're getting a little tidbit of information from this person about this. You're getting another tidbit over here, another over there. You know what I mean? It's like you're getting all of these little pieces of information, and it's like, and you're trying to put it into one of those 3D puzzles that's supposed to be a sphere, right? But there's holes all over the place. So it's like, you don't have all the information. Excuse me. So it's almost like you may be, I feel like some of you may be meditating. I don't usually get that with this card. It does feel like there is one option that seems to, it's like in the 3D, it has more clout, or more, not clout, that's the wrong word. I know it's becoming a popular word now, but it just feels like there's something here that seems like it should be more stable, but I feel like you're kind of waiting for some guidance here. It's like there's another option there, and it's not so much that option is a risk necessarily. One second here. It does feel like you are being a bit more defensive towards that option, but it also feels like you're leaning towards it, which is a little confusing. You may, I would hope that you know what that means, right? So where's Libra headed? How many cards is that? Well, I guess we're taking them now. So we have the Six of Cups, King of Swords, Four of Cups, King of Cups, Page. Good God. Okay. One second. I just was going to put the deck back together, and we have the Tower in there. So, I actually think the Tower was supposed to be at the bottom. There we go. Libra. I feel like someone is... You know what it feels like? It feels like somebody's going to be coming in, asking you a bunch of, I shouldn't say stupid questions, but it feels like someone's going to be coming in and asking you almost like some ridiculous questions when you're faced with this big decision, right? So it's like you're over here trying to figure out which decision you should make and which way you, or not which decision, but which way you should go in this decision. And it's like you're waiting patiently for more information. You're not in a rush, but you're trying to be, like you're not a foolish person, right? You're trying to be aware of the information and trying to be aware of the signs and really pay attention and pick up on them because you don't want to miss them. And I feel like in here you're going through all of these things, and it's like, and there's this person that comes along, and it's almost like they're asking you, like, do you want paper or plastic bags? I'm probably showing my age with that, but, and it's almost like, well, maybe not showing my age, but you know what I mean. And I feel like you're over here faced with such a big decision that it's like, it just feels like they're inane questions. Not that you're being rude to anybody, right? But it just feels like there's someone here that it's important to them, right? It's like, let's say, for example, they're going back in the day when there was a cashier, and then we also had, there would be somebody that would bag the groceries so the cashier could go faster, right? So it's like paper or plastic when faced with the decision that you're making here versus how you're going to bag your groceries, it's just not, it's just not even something you want to give any like um, decision making power to, if that makes sense, or like thought process to. But for this person, it is important so they can do their job, right? So I feel like there seems to be something that you realize in that kind of moment, because I feel like that kind of, it feels like that realization that decisions that are big to you are not big to other people and vice versa, right? And it's almost like it kind of lets you let go of feeling the pressure of needing to make the perfect choice. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like it's one of those moments where, of course, this decision is, an important one, and take the time to do it properly, right? But it's like literally billions of people are making tons of decisions all day, every day, right? So I feel like it just, and that's not, me or the cards downplaying what you're dealing with here. It just feels like that's kind of how you start to look at things. It doesn't feel like it comes naturally. I feel like you choose it because it just feels like an easier mindset to have. Excuse me. Now, Libra. There's definitely somebody here that is waiting for an answer. 100%. I don't know what's going on with you in this, the Six of Cups with the King of Swords. So we got the Page of Cups, and then I feel like we have two people here. One of them is a past person that they would be cut to their core if you do not choose them or choose the option with them or whatever that is, right? It's like there's one option that they seem to, it's like to the outside world, they may present as a little, not rough around the edges, but it's like, not obstinate. What's the word? They present as someone that maybe isn't friendly to everybody. I can't think of the right word. If you think of it, please put it in the comments. But to you, they seem to be somebody, I feel like they were very sweet. It feels like the kind of person that kind of would have done anything to make you happy. And it's almost like, and they know that they're not good enough for you, but they're still hoping for a chance to prove that they could be. You know what I mean? It is a sweet energy, but there's something about it that it's like, yes, that's there, but there's just something. It's almost like if you didn't choose this person, instead of like just accepting your decision and moving on, it's like, well then, fine then. You know what I mean? Like, well then, forget you then. I never wanted you anyway. You know what I mean? It just feels like, and you would know, even as they're saying those things, that it's not true. But I feel like this person is a little bit childish. They feel a little bit petty. They feel, it feels like in the connection between the two of you, they overstepped their bounds. It's almost like if this person always had to be in control, I actually feel like they may have put you in an energy where it's almost like they were being too bossy. Whoops. They were being too bossy. I feel like for a time, the relationship between the two of you may have carried on, or the connection, whatever it was, may have carried on because of past experiences between the two of you. But I feel like the present experience is not one that, it doesn't really feel like you're open to it. And I feel like this person knows that. And it's almost like they're hoping that you'll give them another chance. But the longer it takes, it's almost like they're half expecting you to say no. So then we have the Four of Cups and the King of Cups. This person seems very confident. They seem quite cocky. It's like, whereas this person may be a little bit, almost like off-putting, like not friendly. They're actually super soft and squishy and deeply I feel like they are super insecure and feel not worthy a lot of the time. And then there's this other one over here. And they are a little bit different. I feel like this is somebody that, it does feel like there's someone that is established. It feels like it's someone that does have a lot going on for them. I feel like for this person, strange energy for the King of Swords, I know, because it is usually can come across as a little bit colder, a little bit more detached, more about planning. But I feel like love is the most important thing for that person. For this person, it's almost more like a King of Pentacles sort of energy I'm picking up from them today. It feels like the kind of person that it actually feels like it would be a similar energy. It's like, oh, fine, go then. You know what I mean? If you didn't choose them. But I feel like the difference here is this person would say those things and then turn off the faucet towards you and just move on. And like whenever you kind of came into their head, they just send you right back out. It's like all of the memories of you, they would just kind of let fall into the ether. And this person would really struggle to let you go. So, what does Libra need to know? What does Libra need to know? What information does Libra? That card really fought to get out, didn't it? Well, actually, I don't know if you saw that on the camera, but it popped up and down and all around. So we have the Knight of Cups here at the bottom of the deck, and then we have the Empress reversed. So, Libra, I feel like the reason you may be having a hard time making a decision is I feel like you may not want to admit to yourself that the love has run out in a certain situation. I feel like with this person, I'm going to be honest, so this may not apply to all of you, okay? And of course, make your own decisions 100%. All the time. And not that, you would have me make your decisions or have tarot make your decisions. It's more just here to kind of help you identify where you're already at, if that makes sense. Anyway, so I actually feel like this person is not somebody that you're interested in, and I feel like you obviously don't want to hurt this person's feelings. It's almost like you're trying to figure out the least hurtful way to tell them. And with this person, it's almost like whatever their ignoring nonsense is that they're doing with you, it's almost like you did me a favor, buddy, because I feel like this person, they do expect you to come back around. But from what I'm seeing, I feel like the way they've treated you in this situation is kind of a bit of a deal breaker for you. Because the Empress upright is like, that's that loving, very nurturing energy, right? I know that it is, of course, a Libra and Taurus card. But today it also is kind of reminding me of that Cancerian energy. But it's reversed, right? So it's almost like someone has taken a snow globe and turned it upside down and shaken it. But there was a Cancerian in there, that crab, and like somebody just shook that crab and it's mad. It's that kind of a thing, right? It just feels like I kind of am getting that this ends up being a head over heart decision for you. And what you need to know here, sometimes I feel uncomfortable saying. I know that that's the message that's coming through. I understand that, right? I just sometimes get a little doubtful. 7 of Pentacles. 10 of Wands. Yeah. Unfortunately, I kind of feel like, again, I'm sorry if this, is hurtful to anybody, but I feel like you kind of don't really want what's on offer, any of it. And I feel like the clarifiers here are kind of telling you that I feel like you know exactly what needs to be done. It's almost just like a matter of coming to terms with that's what you're going to do and then finding the best way to do it, is what I'm seeing. So just going to write down the time here for the next love interest. I think we're going to use a different deck, actually. So can we get the next love interest for Libra Sun? Knight of Swords. Here's the thing. I feel like this person is someone that is, there's something about how frank and blunt and honest they are that seems really refreshing, right? It's like you've been around two energies that it's like either they struggle to express themselves or they choose to play games and not express themselves. But either way, it's just like, it's just a little bit much. You know what I mean? Excuse me. And I feel like for some of you, this person coming in, excuse me, with their rather almost like cutthroat way of speaking and communicating, I feel like it's almost like you're Goldilocks, and it's like this soup was too hot, this soup is too cold, or no, this soup is too cold. That makes more sense. This soup is too hot. You know what I mean? It's like you see things in these connections here that are like, you know what, that's really not what I want. And then this comes in and you're like, oh yeah, but I don't want that either. So I'm going to be honest. I feel like it's just not really what you're feeling with this person. Just going to pull a quick clarifier. Oh, no, other deck, sorry. Sorry. 1 second. Clarifier on the Swords. So we have the Knight of Cups again. We have the Mother of Pentacles, so Queen of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. I feel like this person, at the end of the day, wants the same things that you want. However, I feel like they're in a place right now where it's almost like they want those things, but they just want them. I feel like they're not in a place where they can also reciprocate that energy, right? So it's like if you came in with your gorgeous Libra energy and you were loving and you were really, like patient and balanced and fair with this person. I mean, I know it's a generalization of Libras, but we're just going to keep powering through here. I feel like this person would want that from you, but it's almost like they would expect, half demand it of you while not being kind to you themselves. And I feel like obviously that's not going to work for you. It just feels like this person might be a little bit too wrapped up in their own world. It doesn't feel necessarily that they're selfish. I mean, it may come off that way. Certainly what they're doing would appear that way. From what I'm seeing, it actually feels like they're not self-aware. You know what I'm saying? It's like I feel like they genuinely may not see that they're expecting a certain type of thing from you and aren't either willing or not willing, but it's almost like they just don't see it that way. Not the relationship. It's like they just don't see that it's unbalanced because it's like they're going to the extreme in a different aspect of life. I'm not saying that this is the situation, okay? It's the type of energy, okay? It feels like the kind of situation where, let's say, for example, you were kind of like that mothering, I'm just saying that because, or, parenting, let's say. You were the parent that kind of stayed home with the kids, took care of the house, did all the cleaning, and this person would go out and, kind of fight the world every day to provide for the family, but would then come home and be like, oh, no, I'm not doing anything when I get home. You know what I mean? It's like they're clocking out, their day is over. They feel like their thing is harder, so they're going to do it less often. It's that type of an energy, right? It's like they're really just not able to see things from your perspective, and I feel like that's your jam, right? Like that's the thing, Libras, and I know it's a generalization, okay? Um, but that seems, to my understanding, that's something that you guys really excel at. And it's almost like you may give this person the benefit of the doubt if you were to get involved with them. But I feel like if they consistently do not see things from your perspective, which some of them may not, some of them may, it's almost like a little voice in the back of their head starts telling them, and some of them may listen, some may push it out of their mind, right? It depends on the person. And you'll have to kind of act in accordingly, right? It doesn't feel like it would end up being something that would kind of blow up into a big thing, right? It doesn't feel like it would be like a big fiery argument or anything like that. It actually feels like you may tell this person, let's say, for example, the two of you do end the connection if you started one. I feel like this person would just turn around and pour themselves into whatever they're doing. And I feel like for you, it would actually feel like kind of a weight off your chest, to be totally honest with you. I'm sorry, these readings are getting so long. So for those of you with a moon in Libra, I'm sorry, I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because, like, damn. Whoops. So we have the 9 of Swords, 8 of Cups with the Devil. Like a Libra. Who is this person? Because I feel, oh no. Okay. This might be real specific, so I'm going to just put that out there. I feel that there may, it's ick. From what I'm seeing, this person is somebody that may have dated a friend of yours. That friend was treated like garbage because this person actually wanted you the whole time. That friend walked away from this person, and now this person is like, oh, good, I can have 2 people hung up on me. And they seem to be under the impression that you're just going to, like, they're just going to send out some, I don't know, energetic, I want to say, like, energetic booty call or cat call, or you know what I mean? And you're just going to kind of come running. I feel like this person is somebody that's used to people catering to them. I feel like there's somebody that, I feel like they treated this one real bad. Really bad. You know what I mean? I feel like this person was treated so poorly that the fact that they stayed, not, permanently or to a big extent, but I feel like you kind of lost a little respect for them that they let somebody treat them that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is kind of like at some point, and it's not to pass judgment on this person, it just seems to be a perspective that I'm picking up from you. It's almost like you didn't think this person would kind of let herself, or themselves, my apologies, would let themselves kind of get taken for a ride by whoever this person is. And this person seems to be quite interested in you. I feel like it's the kind of person that, like, if you were to walk by them at a party or work or wherever you know them from, it's almost like you might walk by them and they seem to be looking at you expectantly, like you're going to come over and, chat with them. And it almost feels like it kind of makes you freeze a little bit for a moment. I feel like you really, really feel like you have to protect yourself against this person. And what I'm picking up from you anyway is that you actually kind of feel like it might be a bit of a fight to kind of get rid of this one. We got one more for between the or 2. That's cool too. So we got the Sun at the bottom of the deck. And we got the Ace of Swords reversed. Wah wah. And the Page of... It says Daughter, but it's the Page of Cups. So like that one here. So... there's a message here to not let this person know that you know what's up. The Ace of Swords usually talks about, you know, the truth coming out. And then, of course, that Page of Cups energy is that very sweet, naive, kind of innocent, but also very loving energy. And I feel like there's a message here that if you... It's like this person is going to tell on themselves if you give them enough time. You know what I mean? It's like if you act like your normal Libra self instead of the self that knows, you know, what's up with this person and what they've been doing to people. I actually feel like they're going to walk. It's like they're going to lay their own trap. They're going to walk right into it. And it's like they're going to stick their foot in their mouth right in front of you. And it's almost like as they say that, they're going to look at you and realize, oh no, I'm talking to the wrong person. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're going to say... I feel this is probably very specific. They're going to say something critical about you to you because they forgot that it was you that they were talking to. You know what I'm saying? It's that type of deal. And I feel like they might almost get a little defensive depending on the person. They could even, like, you know how sometimes I was going to say their face turns red. They may kind of blush or get embarrassed or kind of start stammering over things. And it's almost like you seem to handle it so well that they're kind of embarrassed to come back over and bother you again. So, for those of you with a Libra rising, make sure nothing else flipped over. We have the High Priestess here. Okay. 2 of Swords. Okay. The bottom of the deck with the King of Wands here. Okay. So, this person, they do feel like they kind of have like a teacher or a mentor sort of vibe. I feel like this is somebody that wants you to kind of work under them. I feel like that's how it kind of starts. They are really longing for you, but I feel like they kind of mask it with a work thing. I do feel to a certain extent that they may think that they're a little bit better than you. Okay. It's almost like if you maybe don't flaunt what you have, it doesn't feel like they flaunt what they have, but they have so much that it's like them just living their life. Some people would think that they're being really extra. They definitely feel like they're better than you. I'm sorry to say that. It just feels like this person seems to think that they, it's almost the energy of somebody that would want to say like, I would be a really great mentor for you. You know what I'm saying? But it feels like it's a little bit condescending. It's a little bit sanctimonious. You know what I mean? And I feel like this person's doing all of those things. It's almost like they're trying to show you, or it's like they're trying to show off to you, but they're doing it in the worst way, right? They're doing it in this way that seems to be kind of alienating you and almost putting you in an energy where it's like you kind of don't really want to talk to them. You don't want to interact with them. And I feel like, and then they kind of kick themselves into this like, well, you're lost energy. You know what I mean? Kind of like these guys up here. And I say, guys, I'm not trying to assign a gender to these individuals. It's just kind of a colloquial term, okay? Okay. So, I don't think this person, I feel like they're going to kind of, maybe not follow you around, like actually follow you, but I feel like they're going to kind of follow you for a while and keep an eye on you, because I feel like they kind of, it's like either they're looking for another in to see if they can kind of shoot their shot again, or for others of you, they could be looking for signs that would make them happy that it didn't work out and kind of like I feel like even if they did find things or notice things about you that like, oh, well, that's probably a deal breaker for them, I actually feel like they're only collecting those ideas or collecting those facts to if other people ask, right? If other people are like, "Oh, why aren't you with Libra? What happened with Libra?" It's like they have all of these kind of strange reasons, or not strange, but like superficial sort of reasons. But in actuality, I feel like they kind of feel like they missed the mark on this one. So, for those of you with your Venus in Libra, Nine of Pentacles with the Death card at the bottom of the deck here. Ooh, and then the King of Pentacles with the Five of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. All right, I'm going to stop. So, you know what is absolutely gorgeous about this energy between the two of you is I feel like you're doing your thing and they're doing their thing. And it feels like such a relief that this person isn't going to be putting pressure on you to do this or do that or bring this or bring that or, fulfill this need or that need. It just feels like this person has their own thing going on and they're not terribly focused on you. And it almost like it seems to allow the bond to deepen. It's like they, that phrase like holding space? It's almost like there's space available, but even that, you know what I mean? It's not like, holding space in and of itself doesn't really have any pressure assigned to it, right? It just feels like this seems like the kind of person that you could go to if you needed that sort of thing or if you needed support or whatever, but it's like they don't sit around waiting for you to show up, you know what I mean? And there's something about them being so happy independently that it seems to motivate you to kind of do better or be better or kind of improve yourself somehow. I feel like you really admire them. I feel like you want them to like you. I'm going to be honest. Okay. What's the vibe between these two? Five of Pentacles. Sorry if that was loud for you guys. Okay. So we have the Five of Cups and the Three of Pentacles, but they're both reversed. I kind of feel like the Five of Cups may have been upright, so just give me a second here with these. Okay. So, from what I'm seeing here, I feel like this person, like it's great that they have that kind of space, but I feel like you may notice pretty quickly that they may seem like they have a lot and that they're very generous, but I actually feel like they're not. It's almost like they could have an entire garden and be growing these golden pentacles and have all these fruits and veggies and they see people coming down the road that are looking for donations and they've pulled a few carrots. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say that you have to give away everything that you have, but it just kind of feels like they don't really like when people come by. And I feel like you over here, whether this Five of Cups is upright or reversed, it kind of feels like, again, going back to this energy of like, it doesn't feel like you're expecting anything in particular to really come to fruition here. But it does feel that for some of you, you may kind of be expecting this to not work out. And it's almost like there may be some situations where when looking at this person, it's almost like you find in the same way that this person did, you may see certain things that have bothered you in past people, certain traits, right? That are kind of starting to indicate to you that, like, you know what, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if this didn't work out type deal. And I am kind of feeling that if that is what you choose, I mean, of course, this is your life, these are your choices, right? It just kind of feels like, hold on for a sec. I don't feel like this person is in a place where they can give you much. I actually feel like they are almost kind of in a hermit-y sort of energy. And I feel like if you choose what feels right to you for the long term, um, it's almost like lean on your, like, the wisdom and the lessons that you've learned to make that decision is what I'm seeing here. I actually feel like there's someone that may kind of enter your realm that seems very lively, very fun. I feel like there's someone that's very romantic. It's almost this like sweep you off your feet kind of energy. And they seem to be very sweet on you. There does seem to be a little bit of a weird thing between these two, but not in a way that like there's something going on there. More in like they don't like each other. They don't get along. They're two very different people. Um, I'm reminded of I don't know if you've ever seen those little shorts, or I guess they're on TikTok, but I'm not on there. Where this guy does a little short, and it's about like how the really wealthy and how, you know, rich people act to other people, right? And so it's like people who feel like they have what they need, this person, are actually really great. They have that really, you know, this is the Leo card. It's that kind of magnanimous, very generous spirit. Whereas this person is somebody that may have everything that they need, but um, it's like they're more focused on, how do I say this? They're more focused on the money than they are on people, if that makes sense. So, Libra, I think I'll leave it there. I know this reading got really long. I apologize. Um, if the reading resonated, I hope it was helpful. I hope that it brought you some clarity. Private reads are available now. I'm making my way through everyone that's emailed me. Thank you so much to everybody that's reached out. The wait is a couple of weeks at this point, but you're certainly welcome to email me and I will let you know how everything works. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Yes, I am. So, of course, if you're new here, welcome. I usually upload mini weekly love reads on Sundays and then usually longer reads for all 12 signs on Thursdays. So, next week's will be the May 2023 love readings for those in a connection. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.